Hi Aquarius, how's everybody doing? This is a general reading for Aquarius, all Aquarius placements, and anybody cross-watching, Aquarius's company. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing something about an opportunity come through. You may be still trying to figure out how you feel about this. I'm hearing midway. My name is Gabriella, for anybody new tuning in. Alright, we're starting off with Capricorn. Maybe something that you are... something that you're sorting out, something that you're figuring out. Maybe a more tricky, sticky, even situation. When it comes to the energy of the devil, it can be something that you're like trying to moderate, or something that feels kind of like a complex situation that you may be trying to make more simple, or even practice some sort of mastery over. Let's see what else is coming out for this. Could just be something going on between you and a Capricorn. Someone with Capricorn placements. Could be a focus on job-related things, MC, in your birth chart. This looks like a Capricorn to me. Alright, so what do you need for yourself? To have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. Alright. We have someone else arriving to the party. To have the Queen of Pentacles coming out, this is like, what do I need to do for myself? How do I want to be living my life? Am I taking care of the things that I need to take care of, especially in my personal life? Just like King of Pentacles is like, what am I kind of doing in my more public life? The Queen of Pentacles is about what we're doing in our personal lives. And there may be something that you're working on. With the devil, this can be like behavior that you don't want to participate in anymore. It can be like moderating things, like if we needed to like exercise more, exercising more. If we needed to exercise less, exercising less. If we wanted to stop doing this or stop doing that, or change our diet, or whatever it is. To have Saturn be coming through, there may be something that you're getting more strict or more regimented with, even. Because I'm seeing something that you've been making progress with. So this can even be something that you were feeling obsessive over. Like, let's just use an example. Let's say you were having some sort of issue with like intake, with food, right? With consuming. Doesn't have to be food. It can be like on TV, what you're intaking and stuff like that. And you're like, you know what? I want to cut out all of the unnecessary stuff, or I want to like give myself a time limit or something of that nature, where you're at a point and you want to create some sort of structure where there was a lack of structure before, to make things more effective and to cut out anything unnecessary. Okay, I'm seeing you making progress with this, and I'm seeing this like not be an easy task at all, because it could have been something that you felt very, like, for lack of a better word, addicted to, or something that you kind of felt like all consumed by, with. This can also be with like relationships and stuff like that. So many different things, but it's something that you feel like it got to the point where like it didn't feel healthy any longer. And you're like, I don't want to be in that place. I don't want to be in that area. And so for me, part of my self-care and what I need is to find a way to like limit this, or to moderate it, or get it under control. Because I don't want this thing, I don't want to allow my like autonomy to be stolen by this thing, when really I have the power to take that back within this situation. And so that's what all of this is about. And I'm seeing this be like something more personal for you that you're moving through, okay? As I said before, I'm seeing you're making progress with this. It really seems like you're making leaps and bounds, to end with the Chariot here. This is like you're really figuring out how to jump over those hurdles that you're facing. You may not be like all the way out in the clear, like may not be all the way out on the other side, because the Chariot is like, oh, this is working. Like we're having these like smaller, maybe even bigger successes, but you don't feel like you're completely out on the other side of it, but you can see that ending very close to you. And so it's one of those situations. Like you found something that's working for you. It's just a matter of like, are we going to stick with it? Are we going to keep doing it like this? Or are we going to fall back into an old pattern that we feel maybe isn't effective? I'm hearing specifically things about emotionally regulating is coming through. There may be grounding techniques that you're working on, centering yourself. I'm seeing a lot of personal progress that you're making, especially when it comes to like how you deal with stressful situations, triggering situations. For some of you at work, yeah, I'm seeing that whatever this is that you're doing in your personal life where you're like cleaning something up, Capricorn is like a cleaning type of energy. Remember, all of us have Capricorn. All of us have Saturn somewhere in our charts, right? Like we all have an MC. We all have Saturn somewhere. With Saturn moving now, which the devil represents Saturn, it represents Capricorn. There may be some area of your life, wherever Saturn's going within your chart, and this seems like a personal thing that's happening, like one of your personal houses. There's like a cleanup kind of that's happening. So it's kind of like getting to the bones of something. So whatever this is that you're doing in your personal life, I'm seeing that this is also affecting you in your like outward life. This can be like in your career, in your job, when it comes to your duties that you're doing like outside of the home or outside of where you stay, or even like for those of you that work like around your home area, it's like allowing you to be more effective even when it comes to like your interpersonal relationships and stuff like that, your business relationships, all of that stuff. You may feel even like you're better suited to be doing maybe your jobs that you have, roles that you play, than you had been feeling before. So yeah, this seems like it's helping you on the emotional front. I am seeing a decision that needs to be made. A choice that you have. Okay, so there's something going on with a partnership for you. I'm seeing there be like space or a break that you're taking from this. So maybe that's what this whole thing was about. Maybe there was like space that was needed potentially in between you and someone else to give you time to think is what I'm hearing. What it looks like to me is that there could have been something going on, like whether this was something that was born out of just the dynamic that you had, or like you were struggling with something, or your person was struggling with something. It seems like this has been being worked on. So many different things. Like, let's break this down a couple different ways. For some of you, there could have been like something going on that was unhealthy in your relationship, like codependency or something like that, where you were like, I really want to find a way to like co-regulate. However, I think that there's like codependency where something is becoming unhealthy, and we can find a way to like work on our relationship and bring it into a healthy spectrum. Okay. For others of you, this can be a situation where like you could have been dealing with an addiction, you could have had a partner dealing with an addiction, whatever this thing is that feels like a big deal in some way, because like a lot of energy has been being exerted towards this. I'm kind of seeing this be like a black hole where like someone's energy or like both of your energies have been being channeled into this thing. this is going to allow you, this work that you're doing, it's going to allow you to like regulate that energy that may have all been being like sucked into something, okay? And I'm seeing this have to do with a partnership. So this can be too, like, I want some time for myself too. Like, I want to also remember that, like, I'm an individual here too. And I have needs and I have desires, and maybe they're not always the same as you. And so we can do activities separately. Something like that, okay? Many different things. But you get the gist of it. So I'm seeing something going on with these two energies here right now. And remember too, like, this can be something that's just happening between you and yourself. It doesn't have to involve another person. These can be like aspects of yourself that you're feeling this way with, that you may be like working on. Where if you felt like there was some sort of dynamic between you and yourself that was becoming unhealthy, it's about like working on strengthening both of those aspects so they can work better together. And same if this is like a relationship between you and somebody else. So I'm seeing these two energies, and I'm seeing there be like space. I'm seeing there be a focus on like resting, on recharging, and I'm seeing progress that's being made. And I'm seeing this would also help benefit things financially, potentially, or the two of you feeling like, hey, I feel like I can do like my other jobs better now, or I feel like the other roles that are expected of me or that I expect of myself, I can really fulfill those shoes now. Maybe in a way that I hadn't been feeling I was capable of before, or I was like in the right mind frame to be doing. Something new is going to be happening. Yeah, there's a very huge restorative balance that's falling over everything now that maybe you had felt was missing before. To have the Fool and also Justice here, this is kind of like we kind of like went through the storm now and we're coming out on the other side of it, and we're cleaning things off now and restoring balance and doing so with a better sense of judgment too. And you may be at a point where you and or this other person need to make a decision about what you feel like is right moving forward, but it seems like you're both in better places to be discerning that, because it seemed like when you were in the midst of whatever this was going on, you may not have felt clear to be making the type of choice that needs to be made now. But I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, I'm thinking about my duties and my responsibilities. I feel much more grounded and centered now. And so I also feel much more capable of doing whatever needs to be done and really evaluating things clearly and making the right call. And again, like for a lot of you, I'm seeing this be connected with a partnership. So this can be any type of partnership. It can be like a relationship between siblings, between friends. It can be a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, a business relationship, all of those things, none of those things, any type of partnership. Anything where there's like a contract also that's connected. So this could be something with you and like work, too, because when we talk about partnerships, it can be like you and your job, your partnership with your job. It doesn't always have to be like another person on the other side of it. So we are looking at Capricorn, Cancer, Gemini, Libra, Uranus. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.